Hello everybody, welcome back once again. My name is Jeremy and thank you as always for spending some time with me today on this Monday morning. Hopefully everybody out there, it is a beautiful Monday morning. I am recording this actually on Saturday, so I have no idea what Monday is going to look like here in Oklahoma where I live, but hopefully it'll be a nice day. As a little saying that I've seen a few times here lately, as it goes, it basically says, today's a good day for a good day. And so I think that's a pretty good way to go into each and every day, and really kind of the reason that I'm doing this on Monday mornings is to even get going into the week with that mindset. Today's a good day for a good day, and it's a good day to start a good week. So hopefully everybody out there listening has had a good weekend and got a little rest, re-energized, spent some time with the family, spent some time with friends, whatever it is that you needed to refuel, to re-engage. I hope that you got that over the weekend, and I hope you're entering a new week ready to go and excited for what this week may bring. I know for those of us in the fire service, days of the week really kind of is a wash. I am sitting here Saturday morning about to go into my last shift of the tour, so my Monday really doesn't start again until Thursday. I'll be off Sunday through Thursday, and so it's kind of whatever. Days of the week, they don't mean as much to us, but at the same time, it's for one, it's a big deal. You start off Monday, and it doesn't matter if you're off duty or what. If you got a part-time job, or it's still good to get into the week with a good attitude, a good mindset, a good perspective on things. And so, especially, in another kind of way of looking at it is I like to talk about things that don't just affect the fire service or affect people associated with the fire service, because I know there are at least a few out there that listen that aren't firefighters or aren't involved in the fire service and just have normal lives. So I like to talk about things that are, the way I say it is they involve life. They don't just involve the fire service life, just life in general. So anyway, like I said, I hope you had a great weekend. I hope that you're waking up to, what is going to be a good day and lead right into a good week. So kind of my thinking today, and this is probably just a precursor to a full episode that I want to get into more someday, because it's very, very vital, I think, to life and definitely to leadership. But if you follow Instagram, Facebook, I put out a post, it's been a few days ago, about a Frank Viscuso quote. And I've said his name before. He's just really somebody that I've not ever met, not even talked to, nothing. I have no contact with him, but anytime I see his name associated to something, I want to listen, because it seems like everything he has to say just really connects with me. And there have been a few people that's just kind of the way they are, and it's just, I don't know if it's a like-mindedness. I don't know if we kind of share common values, whatever it is. Certain people just speak to you at a much better level than others, and I'm sure everybody's like that. So he is definitely one that does that for me. And so this is the quote that I posted and that I want to dig into for a few minutes here on this shorter episode, on this Monday Mindset Check episode. If you can lead one, you can lead many. But if you can't lead one, you'll never lead any. So just at a glance, I don't know, maybe there's some people out there that maybe don't get what that's saying. And so I'll kind of sum it up a little bit better or in a different way, not better. Say it in a little bit different way. So if you can lead by example, or if you can set the example as a leader, then you can lead many. But if you can't even set a good example, do what you preach, if you can't be the model to the leadership message that you're trying to share, then you'll never lead anybody. And I think that is huge. And so that's where we're going. And I'll just leave it at, it starts with leading one. If you can't lead one, and that one is yourself, if you can't do that, then you're wasting your time, you're wasting everybody else's time. And so, like I mentioned earlier about kind of, I like topics that reach out to all careers and all types of people and all that. This is right there with it. And so for me personally, I've had a lot of struggles here lately. Well, lately as in, quite a while now, but I've had a lot of struggles here in the recent past, both in leadership roles at work and at home. And I'd almost go into, discussing that. I would almost go into saying that the struggles I face at home are even bigger struggles and harder to overcome than the ones at work. And so I just feel like it all leads to that statement right there. When I feel like I'm struggling in the role of being a leader, it comes down to, how am I leading myself? How is my example going? Am I doing the things that I'm talking about you should be doing? I think, and I said this before, I think one of the best things about doing this podcast is the accountability that it's put on myself. And it's both a good thing and a bad thing, because it's a good thing because it keeps me very grounded. I am not a person that is okay with saying one thing and not being able to do that one thing myself. And so that it's helped me to really focus on getting better, because I don't want to do this while I'm struggling as a leader behind the scenes. The bad thing about it is, when I do struggle, it's really hard for me to be okay with putting content out. When I'm struggling at home and feel like I just am failing miserably at being a leader in my own house, it's hard for me to sit in front of a microphone and talk about leadership stuff, because I'm like, I've got to fix all of this. I've got to fix myself before I have any business getting on and recording something to try to help others. But at the same time, I don't feel like I ever, or at least none of my intentions are ever to say, I've got it figured out. This is the winning scenario. Listen to, all the good things that I've figured out and really kind of honed in. That's not what I'm here doing. A lot of what I do is discussing things that I've learned, things that I am learning, things that I'm working through, and basically, I feel like as you're listening to this, you are experiencing the growth with me, and so please don't ever think that I approach these episodes from the podium of the expert who is dishing out this grand knowledge and wisdom. That's very, very far from kind of my mindset. So anyway, like I said, and this is something, I kind of talked about it last episode when we discussed, inspiration versus motivation, and, the lessons that I am kind of currently learning and working through is, I've had a lot of frustration with myself because I haven't been able to motivate people in the way that I feel like I should as a leader. And so, that led to frustration. But I think to kind of, as a way to just laterally tie it into this episode 2, is I've got to start looking at myself when those things happen. How am I doing as a leader of that person that I want to, inspire? Am I being something of an inspiration? Am I being something worthy of inspiring good things in somebody? Am I fostering an environment at the firehouse or at home that creates inspiration? Because if I'm not doing those things, that's like the base of a pyramid. If I'm not creating that base, then there is no pyramid. And so it starts with me. And when I do struggle, I'm starting to learn that I have to stop, turn around and look at myself, look at what I'm doing. I need to figure out what it is that is causing whatever problem I'm kind of dealing with, and I've got to figure out my part of that problem. And then, most importantly of all, and the hardest of all, is I've got to do something about it. I've got to put effort into fixing it. And so, that's a very important piece of all this. And so, these Monday episodes, I try to keep them pretty short, so I don't want to dig into it a lot. Like I said, I think this is something that I would like to discuss deeper. I would really like to, have somebody else on to kind of shoot ideas back and forth with as well. So we'll see where that goes. So really, I think that's just a good point to stop at. I don't want to keep you here any longer than I absolutely need to. But go into the week with that question. Are you leading one? Because if you're wanting to lead many, that cannot be done until you lead one. It starts with leading one. That one is yourself, and when things come up that frustrate you as far as leadership type problems, failures, shortcomings, the first step we have to take as leaders is to take a step back, look at how we are doing as leaders, look at what we are doing as leaders, look at the choices we are making as leaders, look at the environment that we are fostering as leaders, because that's where this all starts. So thank you very much. I hope that you have a great week. I hope that you can kind of go into it evaluating where you are as a leader of one. Just take a few days and just see where you're at. See where you need to grow. See where you're good. See where you're strong. See where you're weak. And maybe that's a good starting point of growing, a good starting point of growth, and make yourself better. Work on it. Reach out to somebody that you know is stronger in those weaker areas of yourself. And so, make yourself better so that you can be a better leader to others. So I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. I want to once again say that that I give credit to Frank Viscuso in this comment. This is nothing that I have created. Make sure that that I give him the credit. But appreciate it. I look forward to talking with you again Thursday. And until then, stay safe. Take care of each other. Thank you.